Did you? You got some people in?
No, I said that's when people jump on. Once you go live.
Gotcha. Oh, we're live.
I gotta set my stream down here.
So how was it's been slow this week.
I haven't been working this week, so
Really? You on vacation?
I work Monday, but
yeah. I lost all my fucking I lost all my I lost all my content. I had 4 videos made and I lost them all.
I know you.
I know you.
How you doing?
What's up, Kerner?
You're the divine nutcase.
So life's good. Still doing good for you?
Oh yeah,
awesome.
For sure.
Awesome.
It's been slow this week, but that's not a bad thing. Where a lot of people, I think a lot of people. I mean, this is the first day back to work, so. But I didn't really have much planned. I cut off a lot of stuff, so it's not that big a deal. I just didn't. It's always slow after the holiday because I want it that way. I don't like coming back to when after a 4-day weekend. There's nothing worse than coming back to a swamp.
Yeah, true. No,
but I didn't expect to lose all my video content. But I've been sloppy because I was doing stuff for 4th of July, and I think I deleted it on accident. To be honest with you, it's my fault.
When you do thumbnails, CP, what setting do you take pictures on?
Are you not able to make thumbnails?
Yeah, I can make them, but it always says my file's too big. So obviously my camera's.
I use an app. I use an app called Thumbnail Maker for YouTube. It's pretty simple. Yeah.
Yeah, because it likes to always say my shit's too big.
I think it costs that you can do it for free, but I buy it for $5. Yeah, because YouTube does that. But I buy it for $5 a year. I think is what it charges. It's just a small fee, but yeah. And I don't necessarily love it, but I'd love to find another one that's better. It's kind of, they're not that easy to make. I mean, they are, but they aren't. I don't know how to explain it. I've had a lot of trial and error. Let's just put it to you that way.
I still use Microsoft Paint for doing everything I do.
That's got to be even tougher than what I do, because basically all I do, mine can take the picture down for me.
Yeah.
What's up, Wrenching?
No. Oh, Lord. Yeah. No.
So is your divine toolbox going well?
Questions yesterday and today, so. Yeah. Oh.
I'm just now answering back all my comments. That's what I was doing when I hopped on here.
How's your divine toolbox doing?
Oh, the divine toolbox is starting to run out of divinity, and it's going to probably start going back to normal content for a while, and then the divine toolbox might show up again later on. But
what's a divine toolbox?
Oh, me have my way of preaching, I guess you could say.
Oh, really?
No, but also a way of having some creative fun, like bestowing actual wisdom through a little bit of humor, a little bit of creativity, and that. So it's a hobby that's entertained me over the long weekend, because I had no customers all long weekend, nothing to do because it was too hot to go do anything.
Do you guys celebrate 4th of July in Canada?
No, we do July 1st.
No. So. What do you guys call it up there?
It's Canada Day. It's pretty much just Canada Day.
What are you guys celebrating?
Our independence. We
celebrate our independence. So. Did you get your independence on July 1st?
Yeah, but a couple years after the U.S. got their independence. You guys got independence before us because we were still stuck under the thumb of the Queen. But
And you were.
a little
was-
learn more there.
I'm not very good with Canadian history, so you guys were under England too. Canada was.
Oh yeah, we
Oh,
were
I
under
didn't-
English and French for a while, but the Queen took like basically took like the king at the time was the head honcho, but took us a couple of years extra to get out from underneath them, but we managed to. So, but now we're under the regime of a communist child dictator named
Right.
Justin
Trudeau is famously liked.
Reagan, man.
I hear a good place to get cocaine right now is the White House.
I heard that too. I
The
heard
right
that.
wing.
Yeah, I heard that too. Well, we
Yeah.
know it's not Biden's. We know it's not Biden's, so he's clear. But I don't know. As his son and that and his new chief new chief of staff there. I don't know.
There's Zach Price. I haven't seen Zach in forever.
No.
Did he come over to Good Guys? I didn't meet any subscribers when I was at Good Guys. Of course, I guess I didn't really announce it too much, but I met my buddies there at Good Guys, but I didn't see. And dudes with wrenches were at Good Guys and didn't tell me. I was like, "Why didn't you tell me you were in Des Moines?"
Why, is
cool.
it the
No,
White
I'm not.
House? Why didn't anybody tell me there's some good blow in the right wing?
The what's that? Oh, why didn't anybody tell me this?
I was at the White House. I mean, why didn't anybody tell me there's some good blow in the right wing? I'm sure they weren't selling it. They don't call it the White House for nothing.
No.
So you off the rest of the week, Dave?
Yeah, I don't go back to work until next Tuesday
By God,
or this coming Tuesday.
by God,
Yes.
probably a good time to take it off.
So what are you gonna do with all this time off? Your poor daughters. I feel bad for them, stuck with dad at home for all these days.
They're not even home right now. My oldest daughter, I don't know where the hell she is. I do know where she's at, but
Damn kids are lighting off fireworks.
Yeah.
11:30 now. Henry's freaking out.
So, Dave, are you the kind of dad when you have time off, you contemplate practical jokes to play on your kids?
no.
Well, where's your sense of fun and adventure? That's what you're supposed to
Dude,
do.
I don't want to wake up with my fingernails painted. I don't play jokes on their ass anymore.
Henry, lay down. It'll be all right. It's just fireworks. You gotta calm down, fella.
I fell asleep one night and they painted my toenails and my fingernails.
That's no good. They did that on purpose.
Yeah. Their grandmother told them to do that. I just can't believe I didn't wake up. They had to be very gentle. It doesn't take much to wake me up.
Hey, you must be a heavier sleeper than what you think.
Grandma taught them about the use of chloroform.
Now, my youngest daughter, I don't know, she said, you care if I go to 7-Eleven? I'm going to pick up Ava, her friend Ava, and go to 7-Eleven. I'm like, Ava lives like 15, 20 minutes away. And of course, my mom, that grandma, like, I'm like, yeah, go ahead, go. Just be careful. And she's like, what car do I take? I said, take my truck. And my oldest daughter is at her boyfriend's house.
Henry, it's just fireworks. Calm down.
We used to put
Oh, I tormented my dogs last night.
on our dogs during fireworks. We take our winter earmuffs and just put them on our poor dogs to protect their sensitive ears.
It's not that. It's just that he just doesn't. He doesn't like that. He can still hear him when I even when I try to plug his ears. I tried to do it during thunderstorms and everything.
Poor guy.
He just like any other dog that during this, they're not supposed to be shooting them off anyways, which I understand. I was a kid and did that stuff too, but
yeah,
you know, I'm not gonna be the old guy that comes running around.
Now you could be the old guy that comes running out. When I was your age, we used to light them off this way.
Yeah. Put them all in a tub and throw gas on them.
I threw a pretty big fucking show last night.
Did you?
I spent about 4 hours cleaning it up today.
I don't get as excited off. I like watching other people blow their money. It's like I always tell people, you know, I could take a fistful of $100 bills and throw them up in the air, and it does the same thing. Well, I'm just cheap like that. And besides, there's so many people that have fireworks now. It's like I watch 5 or 6 fireworks. I mean, I'm watching fireworks all freaking weekend. They hit them, you know, they hit them at the Good Guys, and then my buddy spent like $2,500 on fireworks, and then they had them in all the suburbs, and you know, I took Henry with me to go, and he doesn't even if they're going off and we're in the truck, he freaks out in the truck, tries to jump on my face while I'm driving. It's not very fun. It's not very simple.
Some pepperonis. You have to explain more than that, Pat.
Barbecue and pepperonis.
I don't know. I usually save my pepperonis for my pizza.
Oh yeah, there you go, Zach. I'll tell you what, that's the best ones when they're on the water. That's how to do it right there. I used to go down the Ozarks every year. That is the best on the water because you get the reflection.
Yeah.
I watched one guy. He was riding his tractor around on the outskirts of a country town, showing a fireworks display. That looked like a pretty good time too.
There's the 220 shot cake was a bit much in my backyard.
The what?
The 220 shot cake.
Oh, really?
That was a bit much. Although all my neighbors freaking clapped and everything. It was an end gamer.
I'll tell you what, it's been a pretty good year so far. People say it's been hot, but I'll tell you what, I don't. We've been barely up over 90 degrees, and I'm like, you're complaining about this, man? This, you know, hell, we ain't even into August yet. We haven't even touched hardly over 95, really.
It was like 91, 92 here today.
Yeah, but that ain't that terrible. I mean,
yeah, when it's like 90% humidity, it is.
Well, it was 85% humidity. Of course, I'm not gonna lie. I had a golf cart for the Good Guys show. I put in for a media pass, and my buddies that are on the fair board. My buddy Brooks is on the fair board, so he's like, "Oh, we'll get you a golf cart so you can run." And I'll tell you what, that made the Good Guys show worth 10 times worth more. Being able to run that, I would have never got to see all them cars. Had it not been for having a golf cart to run around. That was a killer deal. I told dudes, he was like, man, I couldn't even get to everything. He goes, you seen shit that I never even seen. I said, you should have called me. You could have rode around with me, and then I'd dropped you off places to take video. He took a lot more video than I did. I wasn't really going there to go take video that much. I just wanted to go to it. I spent a lot of time in the swap meet section. I ended up buying some parts I probably shouldn't have. I bought a 72 Chevy front end for disc brake conversion, 3/4 ton C20 for $200. That was a smoking deal. So I can switch all my front end over on my 65 now.
I wasn't gonna light up any fireworks last night, and then my daughter's boyfriend showed up with some smaller stuff, and my buddy showed up with stuff that was kind of equivalent but a little bit bigger, and I'm like, nah, if we're gonna do this, we gotta do it right. We gotta have some end show big shit. So I went shopping.
Right.
And yeah, it's like divorce, man. It's like wasted money. Yeah.
Anybody watch Chef Shade Tree's toolbox conglomeration he's making?
I heard something about it. I didn't see it.
I think he bought every type of Harbor Freight toolbox there is to make a Frankenbox. He's got a whole mess of toolboxes he's putting together. Should be pretty interesting. Yeah, it is. Don't remind me. We're already July 4th is always. You better get your butt in gear. It'll be over before you know it now. I'll be ready to move south here by October.
Were you planning on moving?
Well, I know. I'm just saying the cold weather starts coming back around. I want to get out of here.
Where'd Turner go?
I have no idea. Everybody's quiet tonight. They're all wore out from the weekend.
Turner's probably playing with the tiny Turner. What time is it? My daughter's late. What's up, Adam?
Nope. Instead of going through Nashville, I'm going around it.
Nashville would be a cool place to be right now.
Yep. We should be coming back down here a Friday night. If not Friday morning. Oh. Finally get to pick up the Silverado up from the shop.
You get trans rebuilt?
Yep. Replaced.
They say what was wrong with it?
Third and fourth bit the bullet. He said he pulled the dipstick out. It smelled burnt. He test drove it, and third and fourth were gone completely. So yeah, nobody else will be driving some being the missus.
But didn't it have 200,000 miles on it?
Almost. About 177.
That's about the lifespan of that train.
It'll be good to go for another 200,000.
That's at best. That's the lifespan of that transmission, as long as you weren't towing shit with it.
The sad thing is it probably wasn't serviced before you got it. So now if you keep it serviced, who knows how long ago. Of course, what's his name? What's Cletus McFarland's guy, that old guy, he has 715,000 on his, and he's put 3 transmissions in his truck. So they're pretty much pretty standard at 200,000 miles, and guarantee they're gonna take a whacking at some point.
When you're not watching the damn fluid level, and you let the son of a bitch almost run dry.
Yeah, that definitely takes them out a lot quicker.
No.
I just did a flush on mine. I only got 20. What do I got on mine? 25,000 about. It looked good.
Uh,
It was a good
I,
trip.
I do my transmission every 65,000 kilometers, but I never flush it. But I'll flush the cooler lines out, but I don't flush the transmission out. I leave some of the old stuff in there because it's got some material left in it. But my truck's a 4L80, but it's got 460,000 on miles, which is about 290,000 miles on it original. So, but yeah,
It'll have a 1-year warranty on it.
What kind of mileage warranty do they give you?
He just said 12-month warranty.
1 year unlimited mileage?
Yeah.
That's good.
I think he got a banging deal on a reman transmission for that price installed. Like, yeah,
2,500 installed.
yeah, that's a banging deal. So,
Did you get a certified tranny put in it?
It's remanufactured certified. Yeah.
Well, I mean that's they certified's usually the. If you got certified, that's great because certified has nationwide warranty. So there's like, I don't know, like a couple hundred certified dealers. So anywhere you go, if you have a transmission problem, so I'd be driving the hell of that truck whenever you go somewhere, because if you have a transmission issue, those guys are fantastic. They will ship a new transmission to wherever you're at, and they'll have it installed for you at one of their certified dealers. Certifieds, they're pretty hard to beat. That's all I do. Nobody builds them anymore.
I used to rebuild them, but I
pick up back.
Pricing that. I used to rebuild them, but I can't get the pricing pricing anymore. It's way too expensive for me to rebuild them now.
No, the problem is the warranty. When you're competing with nationwide warranty from certified, and it costs about. I mean, they're not that bad to rebuild them, but the problem is I always say to somebody, the peace of mind. I mean, like you just can't beat a certified warranty. If you can get a deal where you can have it replaced anywhere in the nation, when you're putting it and you're getting it, you gotta pay $2,000-$2,500. Why would you not? There's other guys that sell them for cheaper, but they don't have the warranty. They don't have the warranty coverage. Certified is. I mean, there's one here in Iowa. There's on the East Coast, on the West Coast. They're all over. You know, they're the largest transmission reman place in the nation.
Yeah.
They are fantastic. And I have very rarely seen them have very many problems. They've got it down.
Another 4L60 is being put in it for now.
What's that?
The 4L60 is being put back in it for now.
Right, that's what I mean. They don't have any problems. Like, I've never seen any problems after when you get a certified put in. I've never seen. Very rarely have I ever seen any problems with a certified transmission.
Well, most of the certifieds that I've gotten up here, the valve body's actually been updated on most of them. Like, they've done the updates on a lot of transmissions that I've gotten. Like, they actually drill out the hole where you're supposed to drill it out and remove the check ball that should be removed and stuff like that. They've done, like, that's the majority of the time they've actually updated And the valve body is actually what really kills the transmission, because it's not allowing it to shift at the right interval or the right time. Like the 4L60, when you actually build a 4L60 properly, you'll actually get pretty good mileage out of it. Just don't do no brake stands in the damn thing. And don't pull that fifth wheel, okay? You can't do that.
Third gear is what I always see go out in them. What about you, Dave? That's like the first one I always see go.
What's that?
Third gear is what I always see go out. That's usually when you lose it. That's when you know it's going bad. Is third gear starts going out.
In the 460?
Yeah.
I see first and reverse.
Yeah, me too. First and reverse.
Because they're in this.
I see take a shit.
Because they're in the same drum. So, and I always see those go first. So that's people are doing brake stands or driving in first gear with their trailer for too long. Gotta hit that hill, put her in first.
First, whenever I see a first gear, usually they have a bad throttle positioning sensor too.
Yeah. Yeah, so, never know. Maybe someday we'll get lucky and someone will actually invent the perfect transmission.
They do. It's called an Allison, but people break those because they put too much power to them.
Well, the Allison 1000 should have never happened. The 2000's not too bad had they not rushed production of it. Because if you do the post production updates that were supposed to be in it originally, before Chevy decided to rush them on it's a solid transmission. But the 1000 was not designed for the intended use of being in a pickup truck, because people don't drive pickup trucks like they do small buses. So they drive them a little bit more irrationally.
And if you want to talk about the perfect transmission, the M22 Rock Crusher is pretty much the perfect.
True.
I've never seen anybody break one of those.
You don't even need to.
You might take the clutch out, but I ain't seen anybody ever break one.
You don't even need the clutch for that thing. You just shove her into gear and she'll still go. There's a reason they called her the Rock Crusher. It's pretty much the last crash box that was ever made. I always get a kick out of Zach Price's thumbnail. He turned his face into what looks like a thumb. So I got that Chevy back to put the Allison in, because I finally got the Allison rebuilt. I was going to rebuild it myself, but I could not do it for the price that the facility here can do them, because they get bulk, like they're buying parts in bulk, and I try to buy parts individually now, and they're not even offering like commercial accounts at a lot of the reps that are selling the parts for them. Like, God, man. There's no way I would have been able to rebuild that dang transmission for $6,000. Now I've got to put it in, because that's where they wanted to make their money. I asked them, well, how much do you guys want to put it in the truck? They're like, oh, another $2,000. I'm like, dude, man, it takes 4.5 hours. I guess I'm doing it.
4.5 hours, I'd charge you at least 6,000 or 7,000. It's inflation, man.
I've got the truck up on the wood blocks. I've got enough clearance to get my belly in and out. I should be able to get her done just fine. I hate being a mobile mechanic and being old, man. It hurts. I'm going to be crying all day tomorrow. I'll come on the stream and I'll be all crippled and gibbled. Oh, worry, I did it.
That's not how you gotta do it. You'll be like, Adrian, I did it.
I'm still shocked I could still lift those damn things. Friggin' goddamn bricks of a transmission. It hurts when I lift them, but I have to get it out of the back of the truck somehow, and my engine hoist doesn't roll on gravel very well. So,
Well, how heavy is it?
oh God, it's got to be about 300 pounds, 350.
Well, see, that's the difference between Canadians and Americans. You think 300 pounds is a lot. That's like nothing. We grab that shit and throw it around like it ain't shit.
I used to. I don't say throwing around 300 pounds is nothing anymore.
When I was young, I used to be able to toss Chevy 350 blocks into a back of truck single-handed. I can't do that anymore.
I picked up a 3100. I picked up a 3100 and tossed it out of an engine short block. Well, there was back head was on it, I guess, but I grabbed a 3100 and picked it up out.
Yeah.
With one head on it. Otherwise, no bueno. Now there ain't no way in hell I could do it now. I'm pretty sure I pushed out a star. I pushed out my star when I did it. My buddy, I watched him catch a train.
To be honest with you, my star's broken. No bullshit here. I'll tell you straight up, my star's broken. Star.
Listen, you want to hear something really bad?
That motherfucker needs surgery.
My buddy, when I was working at the dealership, my buddy, I was up, stopped by to help him out, and he was taking a transmission out. What the hell was he taking out? Was it 700 R4? And he did something, took the bolt out too fast, and we had the transfer case off. Was it the transfer case or was it transmission? I don't remember. But that son of a buck, that transmission fell. He grabbed it before it hit the ground and blew his whole balloon knot out right there. Yeah, blew it right out. And I'm not even joking you. He said, "Get it off, get it off." And he said, "I pooped myself."
I fucked with the young gentleman service guy before. When our trans jack was broken, I was doing a fuel pump, so I was doing it very low to the ground. And his name was Jag. And I loosen this strap, loosen that strap. I'm like, hold that up there. I can't hold that up no more, Dave. I'm like, you let go of that thing, it's gonna blow the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
You don't here help me. I said, I'm not gonna stand there if you can't hold it up. I'm not gonna get blown up. This kid's just like holding that something up with all dear life, sweating his ass off, and I'm just laughing myself. You can let it go. I don't really give a shit.
Dude, I'm telling you,
man. I'm straight up fucking with you.
I remember what was those transfer cases that were heavy? I remember I grabbed a hold of one of those one day. Luckily I had the transmission jack underneath it, but I thought I was just gonna grab it and throw it out of there. What's those heavy?
You're talking about the
out there.
Huh?
Oars out there that are heavy.
Was it something?
Those Borg and Warners, those Borg and Warners can get pretty dang heavy. They're about almost 180 pounds.
No, it's like 300. What the hell was that one?
New process?
No, yeah, it was a new process. I want to say they're the ones that are round. They don't have the ribs on them. It must have been MP205. The MP205. That
some bitches are heavy. They're like,
dude, that mother trucker about literally. I almost pushed out my star on that one.
Well, those things were actually originally designed for commercial trucks, like 1.5 ton ups. They weren't really designed for normal trucks.
Yeah, the auxiliary box adds another 25 pounds to it over any other case. Well, I had that one. I think I did a video. I had that one. I guess they're only 140 pounds, I guess, but I wasn't ready for that one when I took that MP205 out. I was working on my truck. I had an MP205 in my 80 Chevy. I had a lift kit on it and stuff, and I was putting a transmission in it. I had a 350 in it, and I was having the guys over at Stay Right build it for me. And I took the MP205 out, and I had the transmission jack there. but I set it there quick. But man, I was not ready for that. I had my arm fully extended. I basically military press that thing right out of the truck. And boy, oh boy, I'll tell you what, I was heaving.
I've got a double hernia, and I've had it ever since I was 18 because I was at a job with my dad when I was younger, and some guys working on a truck, and I saw the jack stand starting to keel, and I grabbed a friggin' engine, one of the engine blocks off the side, and I swung the damn thing over and underneath the truck, and at the same time I buckled over in absolute excruciating pain. Because I'm an idiot and I still continue to lift stuff that I shouldn't be lifting, now I've got a double hernia that looks like I'm trying to give birth to twins.
That's not good.
But that's the thing is in Canada they won't fix it until it becomes a life situation. So it's got to become entangled or suffocated in that. Something's got to go critically wrong for them to fix it. Like either that or they will not even bother booking the surgery room. It's horrible. So it's like I'm literally just waiting for the day that I'm gonna die so I can go to the hospital to get it fixed. Only for them to turn around and say, hey, well, if you don't want to live, we can euthanize you. No. But yeah, I know that's the only thing that's the biggest thing I can endow on younger generations. Don't try to be a superhero and a muscle man. And no. only use your strength when you absolutely have to, but don't try to be a muscle man because it hurts. It wrecks you.
I definitely don't. That old guy that builds my transmission. That he's smarter than I'll get out. Everything he doesn't ever lift a finger on a transmission. He's got he's got an old. I showed a picture on my Instagram. I think it's a great. I've been looking for one, but he's got one of those bed helpers for like lifting people up out of bed, and he picks up a transmission. He's got the wishbone deal or whatever. And he's got 2 chains on it. It's the smartest deal ever. He picks up the transmission right out of the back of the truck, wheels it across the lot, and puts it right into his little building room. That's all he does is build transmissions, and he's got it set up so you can wheel him right into his little building room, and his building room's air conditioned. I mean, this guy's he's like, I should have been building transmissions. Every time I talk, he's like, I should have done this from the get-go when I was younger. He makes more money now than he said he ever did. He worked as a Ford mechanic for years.
I don't know. My back is a hell of a lot better than my knees is. I should have used knee pads at a much earlier age.
Yeah. I use those neoprene pads now like a champ.
The pads. I'm saying I don't wear like actual knee pads. They sweat too much.
I tried knee pads for a while, and they I put my knee down on a bolt. Now I got cartilage issues. I gotta have surgery on my knee because my right knee. I put my knee down on a bolt, and it went right through my knee, and it messed me up bad. And then I got up quick and twisted it. Went right down, like I was in NASCAR. Landed on it. Messed it up pretty good. I swear to God, I broke my kneecap.
And for the God love of your mechanic, take your goddamn trailer hitch off your truck when you drop it off at the shop, please.
Oh, dude, don't even talk about trailer hitches, man. Knee meets trailer hitch, shin meets trailer hitch. Happened like I can't tell you how many hundreds of times. But it will piss you off, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, please, for the love of God.
And if you're running through Home Depot's parking lot because it's raining like fucking hell out, and you slam into one of those son of bitches, it just won't let you up. It's gonna put you down on the ground for a minute. So running didn't save you from getting wet. You're gonna get soaked because you're gonna be laying on the ground like a son of a bitch. What just happened?
Yeah,
those things hurt. I don't. If I'm not hauling a trailer, that trailer hitch is not on the back of my truck. There's no way. I'm I've got a knot on my damn. I've got an indention on my leg from frickin' trailer hitches.
I leave mine on all there all the time. That way it keeps people away from my truck when I park in parking lots. But I don't ever hit my leg because I've hit my leg enough. So I just walk away from it. I won't even walk around my truck. I walk around the front end.
I know what's back there. Pain. I'm going this way.
Yep.
I've got one of those stupid multi hitches that has the goddamn hook of death on it.
Yeah.
Oh, the pinto hook.
Yep. That is.
Yeah, I've got that same one, but it doesn't get left on the truck.
If I take my hitch out, I'll lose it for sure. That's why I don't take it out, because I never can find the son of a biscuit when I need it. The last time I took my hitch out, I drove all the way from Mason City to Des Moines, Iowa, with the wrong ball in, and I cut across the intersection 2 blocks before my house and blew the trailer off my hitch. That's the only time I've ever done that in my entire life, and I was mortified.
Yeah.
Here's the trailer walking past me as I'm going down the road. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I'm like, what just happened? Luckily, it didn't mess anything up, but I'll tell you what, I'll never do that again. I had an inch. I think I had an 1 7/8 on there. It's a 2-inch ball it was on my enclosed trailer. It was a 2-inch ball, and I had an 1 7/8. I came across that intersection a little too hot, and boop, she popped right off. It was still hooked up to the chains, but I seen it walking over to the side of me, and I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna destroy the back of my truck. What do you do?
I like those little things that they're selling now, the little plastic ball that goes over your ball, or the little ball. Oh yeah, that's a guaranteed that's gonna last for a while. Yeah, it deteriorates on your first road trip. God. Like, honestly, how much is a ball? A ball doesn't cost that much. Come on,
$15-$20 if that.
Yeah, right. Like, seriously, don't spend $20 on a piece of plastic to make your ball bigger.
I got the three-way ball, 1 7/8, 2-inch, and 2 3/4, and I just flip her wherever I need it.
Yeah. So have you had a chance to play with the Ansel S3000 smoke machine yet, CP?
Oh yeah, I've used it quite a few times. I've had that one for probably close going on a year now.
My old smoke machine hit the bun, so I ordered one today.
Did you?
Yeah.
I think it's a good machine. There's a lot of they got a new one out now, so I don't know. That was last year's model. They got a new one out now.
Mm-hmm. Well, I like it because it's got the gauge and the volume meter and all that stuff on it. My old one didn't have any of that fancy stuff.
Yeah, it's nice. I like it that it's also, I don't have to hook up the air to it, which is nice, but I worry about it having enough pressure. But I don't never really have to test anything. It puts out a decent amount of smoke. It's pretty good for the money. I've used a lot of different machines. I've got another one too. That's like the freaking whatchamacallit. It's like the Stinger OTC, and it's got its own self-contained pump. And what the hell? It's a USA made one, but it doesn't have a gauge on it. And I kind of like the pressure gauge, so that way I can turn it up and see where I'm. If I got some pressure, I can see when it's gaining pressure. That's what I like about it. So I can see the pressure. When it starts building smoke pressure, then I can know, hey, this thing's get pressure in it, so I should be seeing some smoke somewhere. That's what I like about it the most. Having that gauge is really. I never used it. I never had that gauge before. It's not necessary, but it is nice.
Yeah, that's why I bought it. It looks like a nice feature because my old machine is the old.
Which one you guys talking about?
Machine.
Yeah, until
my old smoke machine is the old Sun one from like 1996.
Right.
And it finally crapped out. So but that's the thing, they don't have replacement parts for it, and I can't do anything about it. It's horrible. but I'll keep it lying around. Someday I'll find something that I can fix it with because that's just how I am.
What they have. I'm pretty sure somebody said that they had a new Ansel. I didn't get the case with mine. They do have the cases with them now, which would be nice. Oh, I have the Autoline Pro. That's what I have. It's a little bit cheaper, but it also doesn't have the gauges on it. Now you could add a gauge, I guess, too, if you wanted to. What is it? The new one, the S300?
The one that I got is S3000. It's
The 3000 is what I got too. I thought somebody put a message in one of my comments on that video and said that's an old model. They got a new one out now or something.
I was thinking of just buying a cheapo fog machine and and modifying it so that way I can use all my old fittings.
There's a ton of guys. There's guys. I've seen guys use paint cans. Those like that Autoline. All that is a regulator from a propane setup. You know, they use that regulator from a propane and then basically get a canister. I've seen guys use glass jars. You know, I mean, there's a ton of people that make their own smoke machines.
Yeah.
But
you can pick up one of those fog machines for like friggin' $100.
Right. Unless you can build it for like $50, it's probably just as good just to buy one because that's really you can buy any of them for about $100. You know.
Yeah.
$100 to $200. But that Ansel is done just fine for me so far, and it's not loud. I mean, that was the biggest thing I was worried about too. Was going to be so loud. Sometimes you can hear the air leaking, you know. So I didn't want to be so loud that it was going to be annoying. But it does the job fine. I'm not disappointed with it, and it's small. That's the other thing that's cool about it. It's not really huge.
Yeah.
I feel a lot of them that are really big, really compact. I don't know what the hell they were talking about. I'm looking on Amazon to see where the Ansel is, and that Redline. There's another one. That Redline smoke detection. That's basically the same as the Autoline Pro, and they want $939 for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I just looked it up. Ansel does have the S300.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the new one though.
OTC. I'm trying to remember what.
That's the Lee Tamer.
Yeah,
this one.
That's like $1,300.
Yeah, and then we also have another system.
Redline.
No, it also does AC.
Turbo.
No, what the hell is it called? Fuck, it was just right on my mind. It uses CO2.
Huh, what's that one?
Shit, I'm trying to remember. It works well, though.
The thing about a smoke machine is you really don't have to go too complicated.
No.
I mean, in all reality, it's not. If you want to buy something cheap that just does some, throw it out, you can buy one of those knockoff OTC Stinger 1 types, which I used mine forever. The only thing about it is if you've got to use it for smoke for a long. If you're trying to smoke something and you're not getting a huge lead, I've noticed that the wires on them are pretty weak, and so I had the wires melted after so many uses. They just because they get hot. I mean, that's the thing about them is they use current, and it goes in there and heats that element up inside that can, and then it's wicking the smoke up in there, But that thing gets pretty warm.
It's a bullseye leak detection system.
Oh, okay.
It works very well for 134A and R1234YF.
Gotcha.
Is that insult worth it?
I think so for the I mean, for a cheap machine. But I mean, if you're a DIY guy, I wouldn't spend. I don't. You know, if you're only going to use it once or twice a year, why spend $200 on something if you're just going to try to get a couple jobs? You know, a couple deals where you're smoking something.
Yeah. Going with, if you're a DIY person, going with like their like $80 to $100 S100 systems, way more practical.
Like the Stinger.
Like the bullseye leak detection system is not a tool that is standalone tech's going to want to buy. That's a shop tool, because with the leak detection system, the spray that they use, everything that all the valves, all the connections, everything that you would need for everything it does, you're looking at thousands of dollars.
Yeah. The auto line, I would go with something like the auto line if I was a DIY guy for about $100. That's all I would spend, and that's why a lot of guys make their own, because if they're going to use it at home, like I know Donald, the guy that he's got a YouTube channel. I can't remember what it's called, but he made one out of a glass mason jar because he's got an old Blazer and he just wanted to smoke it to find a leak. You just need to use it that one time, but you can buy an Autoline Pro for about $100. That's like the Stinger. It's like the Stinger Pro, and that will do just fine. You're just trying to throw smoke in there to just find the leak. That's all you need to do.
There are times though. It's rare. There are times though where you will not see the smoke.
Right.
But there'll be a leak. That's honestly, that's where the bullseye leak detection system kicks ass. But also, if you have a good sniffer, you'll smell gas fumes. You'll know there's something leaking at the top of the fuel tank.
Right.
If you don't see smoke, you'll know it's pushing.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, Dave. I've seen it too, where the smoke is rested on top of the fuel tank around the vent valve, and then it doesn't really fall down. You have a hard time, and especially if you're trying to do it on your back, that's really a pain in the ass because you gotta get down there. But I use a light. And you get a light, and the other thing is, if you're doing it outside, it really makes it challenging because
you got to get rid of that airflow.
That's because once the smoke starts blowing around, boy oh boy, you'll be paying hell to find that freaking leak. So there's a science to doing evap or finding leak detection, and one of them is get yourself in a controlled environment, shut the fans off.
The easiest thing to do is get some good quality black electrical tape and cover up that check engine light.
Yeah.
That'd be $150.
Well, with the GM,
$150.
With a GM, it's the purge valve, so you just replace that. That's part of the purge
How many
cylinder.
purge valves do you see that are stuck open today on today's cars?
Well, just on Chevy pickups, they're just like one.
As you get into newer cars, you're gonna see so many of them. They're just stuck open. All the new Fords, all the little fuckers, all the little round little. I see it all the freaking time. Fords, Toyota, Honda, it don't matter.
Yep.
I'm talking 2000, say 14 and up. See it all the time.
I don't doubt it.
The worst ones that I ran into is because you can't cycle them, is the Subarus. You got to go in and actually manually do it. It's a pain in the ass. You got to pull the whole canister out, and pull out the rear wheel usually on them, and then pull out the canister, pull out the inner fender, and pull out the canister, and then you got to manually do it. So you can see the smoke, but you can't cycle the valve. Because they didn't ever provision it on the scan tool, which is stupid. Even the factory scan tool doesn't.
Too bad I won't have some money to burn tomorrow. I'm gonna be in JWC Tech's area.
Hopefully picking up my BJP one around noon tomorrow for $300. Right on. That's a good deal. Must have found a real crackhead that wanted to get rid of some tools for $300.
They're out there.
Oh, if he was selling for $300, he was definitely wanting to hit the rock. I mean, what a BJP one is retailing now for what, 700?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna look real quick. Yeah, $800. This is what it's retailing for now. I bought mine for 450 off the truck, or 810.
You bought a throttle 3 tuner?
What's that?
You bought yourself a throttle 3?
Yeah.
Why? You already have one.
No, I don't have a throttle 3.
You got the same goddamn thing as a throttle 3.
No, Midas has the S20 now. I don't. One of the shops that I work with has the S20 now. I kept the PD8, and they took the S20.
Are you shit? He owns a shop and he never used it? What did he do? Oil changes only? Are you kidding me? Well, I guess there's a lot of new cars. You just replace I guess ball joints aren't as relevant if you're only working on a lot of new shit too. I guess because a lot of these guys are just replacing control arms and they become with the ball joints in them.
Like Fluff says, he doesn't even have a ball joint press.
Yeah.
Like, when I heard that, I'm like, what?
Yeah, and you know what though? He's down south and he might not have the same problems that we do up north here, where our potholes because of so they don't go through ball joints like we do. But
I know JWC Tech's talking about. I bought tools off my Snap-on truck. Shop owners have traded in that are, you could see, are totally untouched and never used. And I'm gonna tell you why, because they didn't know how to use it.
Right. Yep. I remember I had guys always wanted to trade in shit all the time because I don't never use this. I'm like,
they bought it, they got sold off the whole deal. Oh, this is the greatest thing, blah blah. But they didn't understand it. They never used it.
I gotta find a good ball joint press.
BJP one, bud. I'm telling you, find it on eBay. That's the way to go. I mean, the only reason I got the Matco one is for all the big shit I do. When I run, well, not all the big shit. When I have to do the big shit. Any of those 3/4 ton Chevys, forget about it. You know that I don't think the Snap-on has got the pickles to do it. I mean, I think you could, but it's not near as easy as doing it with that Matco. That Matco hammers them in.
No, the Matco's definitely got more force than Snap-on.
Yeah, well, it's just it's set up to do it. That's what I mean. It uses leverage.
The problem I have with it is it's a 35-pound tool.
Oh, dude, you literally get your arm pump in. That's for sure. Just trying to get that thing lined up and everything, which is kind of nice because it's got those pins, so you can kind of finagle it in there. But they're selling used BJP ones on eBay right now for $6.99, $7.99. I mean, that's why I can't believe that somebody would sell that for. I mean, $650 pre-owned. That is crazy. But if you're not doing that many ball joints, you can get away with you just buying something from Astro. Buy an Astro kit. If you're only doing a couple ball joints, don't waste your money on buying a Snap-on. I mean, you'll do an Astro one will do all your half ton and any of your car, your passenger car stuff. Mine, I had an OTC one for years until I traded in for that Snap-on. That's all I ever had.
You guys want to find something that ain't gonna bust on me the first time I put it on a ball joint.
That Astro one's it'll do just fine. Mine was just beat the shit. I mean, I could have warrantied it out and whatnot, but he made me too good of a deal. I mean, turning a brand new ball joint press off the Snap-on truck for $450, you would have been a damn fool.
Yeah, I'll take that deal all day long.
Yeah, I didn't even bat an eye at it. I think I spent like $1,000. He got me for $1,000 that day off the truck. He emptied my wallet right out. I think I got the ball joint press and I got the puller set all at the same time, and he beat me up good. It was like $900, but I will say I'm not disappointed with it. And for the price I got it, obviously I could turn around and sell it and get my money right back out of it. He said he had ordered they ordered 50 sets between the five Snap-on dealers. They ordered 50 sets of those. There was some smoking deal they had on them, and they sold it. They it was like making a deal. He's like, they ain't gonna never be this cheap again. They're going up. He told me. I was like, seriously? He's like, yep. I was like, well, I'm in then. The only other set that I would think about getting would be the new OTC connected adapter set, but I still don't trust that. I still don't trust that frame. It's, I mean, it is beefier than the old one, but they're still $500. So if you're gonna spend $500 on those, why would you spend the? You get lucky and find a deal on the Snap-on truck, you might as well just spend an extra couple hundred and buy the Snap-on one. It's just not only that, the Snap-on one is got set up so you can use it in the vise easy. So if you want to use it for big ass U joints or something like that as a press, it's set up so you can smack it. It's got the cutout in the back of it so you can use it in the vise. It's a lot more uses to it. Holy shiitake mushrooms! They popped off the. They've done a. Oh, never mind. I thought they had a repop of the Matco press. I was just looking on eBay here, and some Chinese tool came up. I was like, oh no.
We've been on for an hour. Not that I'm gonna drop anybody on the stream, but I'm gonna end the stream. So thanks for all joining.
Right on.
And I ain't going anywhere. I'm just gonna end it that way. I don't have to keep up with any chat going on. But everybody's welcome to join. So with that, we'll be out.
All right, buddy.